Welcome everybody to What's Up Fandom. My name is Josh, and today I am joined once again by I want to say that Dorothy Fahn is our Star Trek correspondent. So whenever we have a Star Trek episode, we have to bring Dorothy on.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I do love some Star Trek. I love me some Star Trek. I am not like,
even though you're in Black Spire right now, so.
Oh yeah, hello, yeah,
different.
Star Wars as well. Anything Star, Trekkie, Warsy, Galaxy, yeah, I like all that stuff. I'm not one of those encyclopedic people, but I appreciate all the Trek. So.
Oh, so you don't remember what happened in season 2, episode 6, when at marker 36?
I do not.
That's good. So Dorothy, it's been a bit. What have you been doing since last we spoke?
I've been surviving, baby, surviving. Working from home, working in the booth/closet. Once in a while I'll work at a studio, but mostly it's here. Gotta reduce the risk, baby, right?
Yeah.
The pandemic is raging. So I don't go out much.
I went out a bit. I made the move from California back to Oklahoma. Got a job offer that was really good. So it was like, ooh. So it's like, but I still get to do, I still have some of the voiceover stuff that I'm doing, and I still have, the podcast stuff. So it's all working out well.
Good. That's great.
Cheaper. It's like way cheaper.
If you live in California or New York, you have no idea how much cheaper it is to live anywhere else. Anywhere else. It's so expensive here.
Oh man, yeah. And I wasn't even like in LA proper. I was in Tustin. So I was way out there.
That's still expensive. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. When I say Tustin, I was on the border of Tustin and Santa Ana. More Santa Ana than Tustin. But, it was like we were Tustin in name, but we were not Tustin. It's like it was Santa Ana,
Okay.
But we're going to talk about season 3 of Star Trek Discovery.
Woo!
So yeah, we had the first 2 seasons, phenomenal. CBS All Access.
Oh yeah.
And I apologize. I'm gonna butcher names. Like I can't help it. It's just gonna happen. Like
I'm terrible with names. Terrible.
and first name I'm probably gonna butcher. It's Shanika.
Huh?
Isn't it? Like
I don't know.
Is Shaniqua Martin Green?
I think it's Suniqua.
Suniqua.
Isn't it Suniqua? Suniqua,
I knew
yes.
there was a way to do it, but I didn't know where, like, if it was like there was like an emphasis on the sun or the equa. Like I didn't know. Michael Burnham. Yeah. We'll go with Michael Burnham because it's easy.
Michael Burnham, exactly. Yes.
Way easier. So first off, before we we're gonna go spoiler heavy.
Absolutely.
Why would you listen to a show that we don't
go
spoilers about? There's no
and
point
if you haven't seen it yet, come on.
I was gonna wear one of my Star Trek lower deck shirt, but it's cold. So it's really cold in this apartment. So before we go into like super spoilers, what did you think of season 3 as compared to like season 1 and 2?
Well, I mostly loved it. I did love it. I loved all the little little offshoot places that it went, and then it came back on track. And the first season was like, wow. I was like kind of freaked out at a lot of that, but it was great. And then the second season was this like whole arc about the Red Angel thing. That whole thing took over, but this one is completely different, completely unique. Because they're like, 900 and whatever years in the future. It's like a whole new ballgame out there. Well, not whole new, but there's a lot that's brand new. And I like that. And I'm loving the tech, the new tech that they have.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm thinking to myself, how do you think that up, man? It's crazy.
The personal transporters where they're just like when they're at
Yeah.
like whatever like Starfleet command is, and they're just like
Mhm.
on the bottom, and they're just like and they're just like on the
Boop.
top floor, and you're just like
Yeah. Wow.
seamless transit. Like I love seamless transitions. Like
Yeah.
they're like they just look so good. I've talked about that
It's
one in Star Trek Last Jedi like 1,000 times, so I'm not gonna talk about it again. But yeah, like stuff like that where it's just like boom boom, and it's just like they're like walking and talking, and you don't see any sort of cuts or
yeah.
anything, but there was a cut there.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there had to have been a
Crazy.
cut to do it, but yeah, it's phenomenal.
And
And
the programmable matter
oh
thing, I was
yeah.
like, whoa, what is that?
Whenever
Crazy.
they get to go in there and just like are like blah 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 blah
Yeah.
like at the controls, I'm just like, oh, it's so cool.
That's neat.
Oh man.
Well,
So yeah.
I always thought that when it first came out and they had all these like great graphics that would just pop up in front of you and you're like doing all this stuff. I'm like, okay, they're like kind of way ahead and they're like supposed to be behind. I don't know what's going on, but you go with it, right? You just go with it.
I will say, like, all of like the whole crew of the Discovery adapted very quickly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like now I can just like go like this, and like my tricorder is like right here, and I can just play with it and just be like, all right,
I
done.
know.
It's like I'm just like, really, y'all learned that
I'd be
really
like,
well.
okay, could you give me the instruction sheet for this thing first? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like the instructions are in there, and be like, I can't access it. You
I,
had to
I don't know
print
how to.
out.
Like I would have been Linus in Discovery, just popping up where,
Just
oh
probably like,
God,
oh,
I didn't want
sorry,
to
my
come
bad.
here.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Linus would have been all of us. It's just like I don't know how this
Yes.
works. It's crazy. I was really hoping that like that would continue and just like randomly throughout the season he would just like pop
I
somewhere
know.
and just like pop out and just be like, is that Linus?
Yeah. I guess eventually he figured it out. So
Yeah. So same thing with me. Like there were some parts in this season which very nitpicky parts that I was not a super fan of.
Mhm.
But I thought like the overall story I thought was very well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like the Red Angel, it's like I like the stories that they're telling.
Uh-huh.
I there's part of me that wishes they kind of would go back to that more, like Star Trekky, like adventure of the week type of thing. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, well, the overarching story does help.
Yeah.
Like as long as they can, do a couple like random stuff throughout,
Mhm.
like every
Yeah.
couple episodes they do randomness, which they did in this season, which I did
Yeah.
like.
That was cool.
But yeah, there are some things that I was kind of like, I was like scratching my chin at. So but yeah, like I thoroughly enjoyed it. So we're gonna go spoilers from here on out. So spoilers. So the beginning of the season, we find out that Michael has gone 900 years into the future. And Discovery's not there. Like she gets there, her mom's not there,
Yeah.
Discovery's not there.
That's so
Everything just
scary.
yeah,
That
she's
was so
just like
scary.
on this random place now.
Yeah. It was she was supposed to end up at what, like Terralisium?
Yeah,
Was
she's
that
supposed
the
to end up at
planet?
Terralisium, yeah.
Which was this beautiful planet, and then she ends up crashing in this place that's, oh, this doesn't look right.
Looked like Iceland. I
Yeah.
was like, is this Iceland? It was really cool. But then but she does meet somebody. She meets Cleveland Booker, who
Book.
Book.
Yeah.
We find out Cleveland a little bit
Yeah.
later on. But yeah, so we meet Book, and he's got a cat.
I love
Who's the
Grudge.
queen.
I love Grudge.
Grudge is amazing. Like Grudge is like she's like one of those like big huge cats too.
That is a ginormous cat.
Yeah,
That is
I'm
a
like
big cat.
like when he holds her and she's like all up in it, I'm just like,
Yeah.
well, he's like David's a big dude, and like
Mhm.
he's got this cat, and you're like, that's a big cat.
That's a big.
It's a giant cat.
She's a queen,
She's very much a queen.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I thought that was great. Like I liked their dynamic. And then we find out that the burn happened. There's part of me that was like, I wonder if she caused the burn somehow, and so like it just got
I thought the
shortened
same
from like
thing.
the Burnham to like the burn.
Uh, I did think the same thing, though. I mean, she's traveling in this suit 900 years into the future. I actually had the thought too. Oh my God, did she cause the burn from all her time travels?
Like, I was wondering it, and like it never like crossed her mind that she would have caused it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
think about it. Your last
Yeah.
name is Burnham. You started a war with the Klingons. Like, you've done a lot of stuff. Maybe think about it.
I think Burnham, the burn. I don't know.
Exactly. And so like that, like the burn happened, what, 60 years ago? Isn't that what they
didn't they say like 100 years previous?
Maybe 100, yeah. Something like, it was
something like that.
Weird amount of time.
Yeah.
So like all dilithium is gone, which,
well, not all of it.
Yeah, like the stuff that was active.
Yeah. Any active dilithium warp drives were destroyed completely. If you were just sitting there in your ship and you weren't flying anywhere using dilithium, you were okay. But most people were probably going somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, why would you have a ship? Yeah. Like, unless you're docked somewhere,
Yeah, exactly.
Which I mean, it's a cool concept, because it's like, oh hey, we're just gonna get rid of everybody. Like,
yeah, except those people who are waiting for a baryon sweep or something.
Yeah, and like there's so many, like, and now there's like no interstellar travel. It's like
very little.
Yeah, very little. It's like it'll take you months to get there, because like you don't have the lithium to get there anymore, because like what's there is like negligible.
Yeah. Now, didn't they mention like unused slipstream technology in one episode? Did somebody say something about that?
They said that you can use the slipstream that happened, but it's very dangerous, and like nobody uses it. I think only oh shoot, what's her name?
What, Osira?
Yeah, I think she's the only one that uses it.
Well, she doesn't care, because she ends up using like transwarp.
Yeah,
whatever corridors.
She has so much dilithium and like and shields and this massive shit. It doesn't matter what she does. She's just like, I'll just do whatever I want.
Yeah,
I'll feed my nephew to Slurpee things.
Exactly. Wow, she just cares so much about her family.
Yeah, she's great. And yeah, that's where we find out like the Federation is like nothing. There's like very little of the Federation left.
Yeah, not much.
That's kind of where we end. It's kind of where we end the
second season.
Yeah, like where we end the second, and like where we end that first episode.
Yeah.
And then we find out it's been a year, and now Discovery's back, but it's been a year since they've been there, and it's like,
yeah,
Michael's been here for a year.
She's been there for a year, and now they're just finally showing up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're learning about the bird, and it's like, oh, snippity snappities. People die because it can't be Star Trek without random crew members dying.
Yeah, of course.
The poor red shirts and yellow shirts as we go up into the later seasons. So yeah, I thought that was, and we do get to go to Earth, and it's like
Earth is not what it used to be.
No, I kind of liked that Earth though, where it was like we're by ourselves now. Like we have to be by ourselves. So
yeah. So they have like ultra protection.
They built a wall basically.
Basically,
I'm not sure who became president of Earth, but they built a wall and they kept everybody out, which was very like watching that episode. I was like, I see what y'all did there. Like,
yeah,
on the note, I get it.
I thought it was fun that they got to see the tree, this like huge ass tree that's, obviously hundreds and hundreds of years old.
So I was watching it with my friend Charlie, and she goes, I hope that I can't remember what the caretaker's name was.
Carl,
like if he's there, just like still like sweeping, just like a hologram of him or something.
Oh my God.
Like that would have been hilarious. I was be like, that would have been really good. That would have been really good.
Oh wait, no, Carl's the other dude. No, no, Carl is the guardian of forever. That's Carl. I'm sorry. Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
But yeah, what was his name? Was it like Winston or Wilson or
No,
something like that? He was like
it
the
was something like that. It was Ray Walston played him. Am I
yeah
right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but I can't remember his name. But yeah, that would have been funny if he had been there.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna text Charlie right now. What was the name of the caretaker
The Ray
at
Walston character
Starfleet?
at Starfleet Academy. It
Ray.
was like Academy, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, because he was great. What a great actor. My favorite Martian.
All right, there we go. So we'll see if Charlie gets back to us.
Okay.
But while we're there, we do meet Adira. She kind of just like sorry, they kind of sneak on Earth. Or it's just you know, I guess they don't sneak.
They don't sneak, I don't think. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Did they somehow get permission? They did get
Yeah,
permission.
they got permission from the head of security or whatever,
Yeah,
who's like, Adira's here, you can have them.
right.
So, but yeah, she like, sorry. So it's weird. So when you're talking about Adira's character, when we
Yes.
first meet Adira, like there's a pronoun of she.
Yeah, she's a
And so
she.
like, so it's weird because like, so when I talk about Adira, I go she until we get to they.
I know. Yeah,
It's
me too.
it's one of those, it's like, because Adira at the time wasn't identifying with the pronouns, but now
Right.
Adira's identifying with the pronouns. So it's like, do you retroactively go back and do the they pronoun? I don't know how that works.
I don't know either.
Like,
Yeah.
we're new. This is new to everybody.
It's brand new. And it's kind of great. It's kind of neat
Yeah.
that they're tackling all kinds of stuff,
They
man.
do everything in this, like
Yeah.
especially this season, like because you cast Blue and then you cast Ian, so it's like the and I liked Ian from the OA. Did you watch the
Oh,
OA?
I don't know. I don't know.
First season's great, second season not so much. It's Netflix, so it got canceled.
Okay.
Anything you like on Netflix just gets canceled. But yeah, like was phenomenal. So it was. So we have Adira, and Adira, they're kind of. I'm trying to think of the word, like not really like sabotaging Discovery,
Yeah.
but like trying to keep them there.
Yeah. Well, but it's because Adira is this other person, right? What is it? Admiral somebody?
Yeah, Adira is a Trill that is Admiral.
Well, Adira is the host for the Trill.
Yeah.
But it's sad because she can't hear get the thoughts of the other hosts because she's human. That was an interesting episode too, when they tried to figure out a way to get Adira to be able to communicate with all the hosts, former hosts, so she could have those thoughts and those memories and communicate.
Admiral Senatal.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, they all end with tall, right?
Yeah, because Adira's host, who was Gray.
It was Gray,
Tall.
right? Yeah.
It's Ian Alexander.
Gray's so cute.
Gray Tall, which I like that they keep it three letters. I thought that was good. It's like, just keep it 3. There was part of me that was hoping like they were gonna mention a Dax or something like that.
I know.
Part of me was like, maybe there's a Dax somewhere.
Not a Dax, but a Tall. Okay, that works.
But it was interesting that because like this is when we kind of start finding out that things happen not just to Earth, but like happened everywhere. Because now the Trill are like, there's like nobody here on the home world. Like half of our people aren't even Trill. Like there's a wait list to get to become a
their race was devastated. So it's like, if this can work, then our species can go on. If we can have other hosts, that's great.
Well, I thought that was really nice. And it's like, maybe we'll get to see more of that. Maybe we'll get to see more, human Trill or Klingon trill or Bajoran trill or anybody
Interesting.
trill.
Yeah.
Like some sort of, mixology type of thing.
Let me mention one thing right now that I just remembered from the season, which I hope they touch on in season 4, is the melody, the song that like all these diverse people know as a lullaby or playing it on the cello, and this whole other race knows this song too. I want to know what that's about.
That's got to
You
be
know?
season 4.
It's
Like
got to be something
it's
season 4.
because like they allude to it and allude to it, but then they
Yeah.
don't hit it this season.
No, right.
So
They
yeah,
they
it's got to be a
they
4.
allude to it like maybe 3 times or something like that, and I'm like, what? Okay, what's the deal with this song? What does that mean?
Yeah, and I don't know if maybe something got cut off because of COVID. Like maybe they were gonna do a little bit more,
I don't know.
and maybe something they were like, okay, we have to scrap this.
Yeah.
Or for next season, maybe something like that happened. Who knows? But yeah, you're absolutely right because like they allude to it so much, and then just
Yeah.
for them not to do anything, it was just like,
Yeah, I'm like,
what's
okay,
up?
this was a thing, and now the season's done, so they got to do that in season 4. It has to
Yeah.
somehow come up in season 4. I would think.
Kind of staying, in that vein. The one like one of the things that like I was not a fan of this season, was kind of Michael's transition from like she's been out of Starfleet for a year, but she's like, you know what? I want to do things my way, and I want to go against, orders and all this stuff. And I'm like, you've done it before, but I mean, like, there's that one where like Book's on that planet, and she's just like, deuces, I'm out. I'm like, you didn't tell him? Like he told him, like he told you not to go, and then you just like disobeyed an order.
Yeah.
And I'm just like if Riker would have done that, Picard would have busted him down so quick.
Oh, absolutely. However, she's like the Captain Kirk of I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's this rule, but I don't care. We got to do this. And even what is his name? That one evil dude says you're in a no-win situation, and she says I don't believe in those. In like I guess it was the last episode. I'm like, see, she's a female James Kirk. It's the same line.
Yeah,
She's just a rule breaker. She's gonna do her own thing.
I know, but like the consequences were not there. I mean, remember when Tom Paris like went to like save somebody, like save a group of people, and he got busted down to ensign? Like,
yeah, I do remember that, and I also thought it was a little unfair at the time. But okay, there are rules, and you broke them, so you gotta pay the price.
It's like you could have put Discovery in danger. Who knows? But like she doesn't like the only thing. It's like you're no longer my number one, and I was like,
exactly,
really, Saru, like, put her in the brig or something for like a day.
But no, just okay. You're not number one now. You're just science officer. Okay, I guess I'm science
You're still
officer.
on the bridge. You're still fine. You still have your rank of lieutenant commander. Everything's fine. I was like, at least bust her down to lieutenant. Do something. But it was just kind of like...
I will say, though, Saru can be a little bit of a pushover sometimes. I mean, he does.
He's a lot of a pushover.
I mean, I don't know. But, I do love Saru.
Sure, great. And Doug Jones, right? He's phenomenal.
So good.
I do like that he gets to be human. Like there's like the one episode, like, or I guess 2 episodes, he doesn't have to wear makeup, and I'm like, good for you, Doug Jones. Like,
that was so cool to see him without all that makeup stuff. He was a holographic human, but it was so neat.
He was human. We'll get to that episode a little bit later, but I thought that episode was good. But yeah, like that stuff, like, and Tilly becoming number one, I was kind of like,
oh my god,
I was like, I get it. She is this unifying thing, but it's like she's an ensign. She has command training, like
and Stamets says, so you are in charge of me, or didn't he say something like that?
Yeah.
You're my superior officer? What?
And like everybody's like, you got it. You're number one. And I'm like,
And we're like, okay,
Could you
better do good.
imagine? Could you imagine if Janeway made Harry Kim? No. Could you imagine if Picard made Wesley number one?
Oh my God.
It would not have worked.
Not have worked. Oh my God, no. Yeah, that was, and I will say this. When he put her in charge, I was like, okay, I guess we'll go with this. Yeah, they all love her and she's smart. So okay, we're going with the flow. And then she's doing okay and doing great until Osira, and that kind of burst her bubble and all. But at the end of the season, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, you know what? If the Terran Captain Killy, can be this ruthless, total captain dude, there's got to be something in Tilly.
And that's command material, yeah.
Do that. You know what I mean? It's got to be something.
They need a promoter. Like, I think he needs to come up to lieutenant. Because, like, to me, I don't feel comfortable having ensigns on the bridge. They need to just be lieutenants. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Harry, you don't need to be on there. Get out of here. I guess Chekhov was an ensign, too.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Later.
Okay, whatever.
He got promoted later. Who cares?
That's right.
But yeah, those are some stuff. And then, like, the biggest thing, which it happened this season, and I hate it when it happens in any form of media, where we've got two people that have off screen have been through so much together, and they're like, remember on Telos Prime? Let's do that. Let's do a tricky six. And you're like, I don't know what that is. Like, I hate it when they do that, because it's like, we get that you have your own little, like, secret language that you guys talk, but don't do that to the viewers. Like, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Like backs to a corner. It's like, remember Escobar 3? And you're like, no,
what?
I don't. just do it. Like, just be like, okay, let's go, and then you do something cool.
Exactly. Just do that. None of this crap. But as you were mentioning the secret thing, whatever that they have to each other, I did like the scene where Osira had trapped all the bridge crew in somewhere in some room, and they were being watched by these guys with blasters, and they started doing Morse code to each other.
That
tapping
was great.
That was so cool. I'm like, oh my God, this is excellent. This is Starfleet, man. This is what it's all about.
And it's like, so what were we saying? It's like, just keep tapping.
Just keep tapping. Just to annoy them by tapping, basically.
It was great. I thought that was perfect. Be like, Starfleet would teach Morse code. Yeah.
Absolutely. First year, baby.
It was great. Like, okay, so here comes my biggest criticism of this show.
Okay.
I don't know all the characters. And I feel like this is the only Star Trek where I don't know all the bridge crew.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Like, I sometimes know Detmer, and I sometimes know Owo.
I know those two, because they're.
I don't know the other. I don't know the two dudes. I don't know what their names are.
They're piloting the ship. Yeah, I don't know their names.
I don't even know what they do. Like, I think one of them's comms, and like, I don't know what the other guy does.
Yeah, they're doing stuff. They're doing stuff over there, and I'm not sure what it is, but they must be essential because they're on the bridge.
Mm-hmm. And then the security officer that they brought in, I have no idea what her name is.
No.
And then it's weird because like they replaced her in the last episode, right? Because like
yes, yeah, because the other gal stayed.
Again. It was so
weird. That was
like,
weird.
She was with them like when they were captured, and then at the end when they're doing the lineup in their snazzy new uniforms, it's her again.
I'm not a fan of.
I was just like, really? I like the cuts. I like the uneven cut. I thought that was cool.
I like the uneven cut. I'm not a fan of gray. It reminds me of when Marina Sirtis was talking about TNG, how they were trying to figure out, try this one, try that one, try this, try the red, try the blue, try the whatever. And they ended up giving her a gray unitard. She was like, are you kidding me? Really? Gray.
It's like, it's weird. But, like, I do wish I like the cuts. Like, I like the way the uniforms look. You're right. I think the gray it's way too light for sure. It's way too light.
Too
Like
light.
if it was like a darker gray.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Well,
maybe
especially
a little bit
after the beautiful dark blue disco
better.
uniforms that they had, to go to this, I'm like, eh.
Because like it's not even the same gray as the Admiral. Like they're not even the same
No.
uniforms. I'm like,
No.
I
And
was
I
hoping that they
love
were to
the
get those.
Admiral.
Oh yeah. Dude from the Mummy.
Is he from the Mummy?
Yeah,
I'd never seen him
he's the
before.
Magi guy from the Mummy.
I saw that 9,000 years ago, so
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
all
even
right.
remember.
Uh,
But I love that actor, and I love his uniform. Those are great. Those are
yeah.
like nice, clean, beautiful uniforms. I like them. And when we first meet him, I wasn't sure if he was like good guy or evil dude. You couldn't really tell, which was great. I love
Mhm.
like being on the edge there, not really knowing.
I love
But he came through.
I love all the memes with him. Like the
Oh,
only guy to read, like it's like when Osira gives him like the contract, and it's like
yeah.
there's one of him. It's like the only guy to read like all the fine print and the terms and
Yes.
conditions.
Yes.
I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie just got back with me.
Mhm.
Bothsby.
Boothby.
Boothby.
That's it. Boothby. Oh my God. Ah, yeah, Ray Walston. We were thinking of the Walston thing,
Yeah,
but it was
it's like
Boothby was his character.
Boothby. That's right. It
Oh,
was Boothby.
fantastic.
Oh
They
man.
even had a fake Boothby in that one episode of Voyager when
Mhm.
Species 8472 was pretending to be human. Oh my God, I sound like a geek. But that was
Embrace it.
great.
Yeah, like it was oh man, like so we find out this whole time that Osira and her gang of, what are they called? Not the, I was about to say
Oh,
the Obsidian.
the
I was about
Emerald
to say,
the Emerald Chain.
I was about to say the Obsidian Order. I was like, oh wait.
Not the Obsidian Order.
That's a different group of bad guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my
yeah,
God. No, she's green, so it's the Emerald Chain. That's how
yeah.
I remembered it.
I do like that, they kind of brought Orion's back. I thought that was
Yeah.
well, I mean, they're bringing up like they brought Orion's back in lower
Well, in Lower Decks,
yeah.
But this one, in like, real, not animated.
Yeah, not an animated.
But yeah, the guy, what was her nephew?
Her
That
nephew.
dude?
Oh, that poor dude.
Sad Orion you are.
Got, I don't know, like he got killed, but like I guess in a good way. Like
If there is a
he
good way with Osira?
didn't feel anything.
I don't know. Maybe he did.
Yeah, you're right, because he did scream at the end, so I guess he had to feel something.
Something
yeah,
not good.
Yeah. So yeah, we have that going on. We didn't get a lot of Tig this season.
No.
She was in a few episodes, not a whole bunch.
Yeah. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
She's
She's
pretty
probably
cool,
off
though.
doing stand up or something.
She is pretty cool though. Even though she's not in it a lot, she gets the best lines.
Like one-liners. It's like, we need a one-liner. Who should we bring? Should we call Tig up and just like have Tig come over?
Yeah,
and they do. And it's like, yeah, it works.
Yeah, come on. She's like, okay, what was the one she said when they're all being interrogated in the beginning? She's like, oh yeah, do you have any snacks? Just
It's like, we're not gonna break up Discovery just because your crew is just terrible. Like they're all bad.
Oh my God.
I guess we can, let's go ahead. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's talk about Giorgio.
Okay.
And rip that off because she doesn't get to do a whole bunch this season, and then they're like so we don't really have anything from her for a while, and then it's like, then we're gonna give her a 2-part send-off.
Yeah, then suddenly
episode.
It's all about her. Yeah.
Which phenomenal episode. It was
my
good to go back to season 1 and see all of that again.
Yes. Let me just say, when she went through the Guardian of Forever's doorway and walked into the Terran Empire, and she was the Emperor again, I gasped. Oh my God. And the look on her face was like she was gasping on the inside too.
Like, oh my gosh.
Holy sh.
Yeah. it was so cool. Like, and getting to see, like, we also get to see a lot of the our bridge characters get to do other things in this episode, and you're like, oh, hey, cool, you guys are here. Like, it was interesting. I will say, so this episode came out right before the season finale of The Mandalorian, because this episode came out on, or the part 2 episode came out on the 17th, and then Mandalorian came out on the 18th. I don't know because that was my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. So December 18th, we were watching The Mandalorian, and the whole Luke thing came on.
I was screaming and crying at the same time. Oh my god!
I was not. So here's how bad it was. So Charlie, she's not watching it. She doesn't care for Star Wars. So she's just like on her phone on the couch. So her husband Gavin and I are watching it, and it's like the thing comes, like the X-wing. I'm just like, it's Luke. I was just like, if dude comes out with a green lightsaber, like it's
him.
That's it. And so he was like, you think so? Like, both of us just like deadpan the entire time while it happens. So and then we started watching, the next day, like that's when Charlie and I were gonna watch some Star Trek. And so we were doing all that stuff, and then we watched a bunch of people like, oh my gosh, it's Luke, like a bunch of people going crazy. And she was like, you guys watched that episode, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you guys didn't react like that. I was like, no. We were just like, whatever. But then when this episode came out, so just literally just Charlie and I watching it, 2 big old Star Trek nerds. And he goes, I am the guardian of forever. I was like, oh, what? It's like, we haven't seen that since like 1967.
Yeah. And you know what I loved about that is that they had the original voice play when he was saying, I'm the guardian of forever. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so like my Luke Skywalker moment was the guardian of forever.
Oh,
I was
so
just
great.
like, oh, it's so cool. Mainly because like I didn't like Luke. He's a
I
whiny
love
kid
Luke.
who wants to go to Tashi Station. So
and he ended up there. I don't know if you saw on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my red power converter that I got at Tashi Station.
Like, oh man. But yeah, like I thought it was a good send off for her. I'm hoping, and since he sent her back in time, I'm hoping that maybe she'll reunite with Ash. Like, I liked him. I thought he was great. And
I liked him too. He went through a lot, man. He went through a lot.
And if he's going to be Section 31, and the rumor mill is Philippa Sue is going to go do, Section
31, right?
I said Philippa Sue. I meant Michelle Yeoh.
Yep.
Sorry.
Okay. Because Philippa Giorgio. Okay. Yeah. So that's why.
So there's talk of like Michelle Yeoh going and doing Section 31, like that.
Right.
That new one, and I'm like, ooh, put her and Ash together. That would be super cool. Because what's the one thing they have in common still? They both love Michael.
Yes.
And neither one of them get to see her again. So.
Oh, God. Wow.
That was sad when she had to say goodbye to Ash. That hurt me inside, and I was like, no. This show had some feels along the way, baby. Yeah. Sad.
But yeah, and the thing is, she goes through with the Guardian Forever, and she's back in the Terran Empire, and it's like, they're just a bunch of lying backstabbers. That's just the way they are. And then she's gonna die, and you're thinking, wow, she went back to her Terran world, and she's gonna die, and then she's back. And they said it's been like a couple of minutes, and she's been gone for months, and she's still sick. I'm like, wait, then what was the point? But then so the Guardian then says it was to see if you could like change your ways or whatever, or be a better person. So then now she has to go through again. Where does she end up when she goes through again? Just back to the Terran Empire?
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I don't think we'll know until Section 31 or the Georgiou series comes out. Oh my gosh, Star Trek Georgiou would be phenomenal. I don't think we'll know until that happens. But he did have to put her back in time. Because since they went so far, that was why she was all out of sync. So she's at least back in time, like closer to her own timeline, which would have been where we left, at like where basically they just left from.
Yeah. exactly.
So
Okay.
before the burn and whoa, shoot, she knows about the burn.
Ooh, wow.
That's one of those
Wow.
like you're gonna have to keep that secret because I mean temporal prime directive and everything, but she is also Philippa Georgiou, so who knows? That doesn't really apply
Well,
to her.
I mean, yeah, plus between the time they left and where they ended up, there was like the temporal wars or
Yeah, the
something.
temporal
And
war happened, and you're like,
so who knows how that started?
it's what they're doing is they're just
Uh,
setting up an Umbrella Academy and Georgiou meetup where 4's gonna be there or 5's gonna be there, and you're just like, what? And like
wait,
that's what I'm
yeah,
hoping.
yeah. She walked through the doorway and she ended up in an apocalyptic landscape with a mannequin next to her. You know.
Exactly. If they do that, that'd be a great little callback. They won't because
Oh my
Amazon would come at them. I mean, not Amazon. Netflix would come at them hard,
God.
but they would be
They'd be like,
hilarious.
no, no, yeah. Though that would be funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like man. So we have a lot more stuff with Osira being Osira.
Oh
A lot of
God.
stuff with Adira, and Gray. Like Gray's there for a little bit, and then Gray leaves.
Hmm. Yeah,
And so Adira like starts flipping out, like, where'd Gray go? Like,
I know. So
and
yeah, and
that
what
was
was
really sad because like I felt for her and I was like, or I felt for Adira and I was like, oh Adira, that it does suck.
it does suck. I mean, but well, in a way, she was lucky at that point because a normal Trill would not get to see any
Yeah,
of her, host people like ever. You hear their thoughts, you know what's going on, but you don't get to see him. She at least got to see him again for a while and talk to him like another
yeah.
person.
You only get to randomly see them in weird DS9 episodes where
Uh-oh.
things are weird. That's the only time you ever get to see your other Trill
Weirdness.
hosts.
But
Um, but
yeah,
I
so
did like what they did with Adira's character.
mhm.
Like with them saying
Yeah.
like I want to be they, that's how I go. I was like, good for you, Star Trek. Like
Yeah, man.
Star Trek always pushing those boundaries, like first
Yeah.
interracial kiss, first this is the first transgender person with
Hmm.
Ian as a main,
Hmm.
and then with Blue, I was like, good for you guys. Like
Yeah.
that's Star Trek just cleaning up over here.
Fantastic.
Star Wars, what you doing? What you doing, Star Wars? Nothing.
You know, they got their own things. We don't discuss.
The best they could come up with was Grogu. That was the best that Star Wars could come up with.
Oh my
So,
God, Grogu. Huh?
man. We'll stay away from the Star
Okay.
Wars talk.
Okay. Okay.
We'll go
Okay.
back
Yeah.
to
No.
Star Trek. But yeah, like man. Osira. Okay, first off, let's talk about the Federation real quick before
Yeah.
we kind of lead into the end. The
Mhm.
Voyager, by the way,
Yeah.
Voyager 6938.64.
J wasn't it? Didn't
Yeah,
have a
Jay.
J at the end.
Yeah, good old
Wow.
Janeway. I was like,
I know.
I'm glad that Voyager survived.
Me
Here's the
too.
here's the big question: where's the Enterprise?
It must have been on the other side. Just couldn't see it. You know.
Well, I don't know, because like they talked about it, and like when they showed like CBS All Access released like a little thing, it was like, here's like better images of like all of the ships.
Uh-huh.
And so like I was like, oh, that's really cool. And like they showed it, but it's like they didn't show the Enterprise still.
Huh.
So it's like, I wonder
Wow.
what they're gonna do with the Enterprise. I wonder if maybe that's when we're gonna see, maybe that's a season 4. Like they're waiting for the Enterprise.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it was so weird
maybe.
that nobody mentioned it. Just like you
Yeah.
see all these ships and you're just like, nothing for the Enterprise.
Huh, how funny. I didn't look that closely. I assumed it was there in some form, you know.
Yeah, like I only know because like they when they sent that thing out, because like they mentioned Voyager and or they
Yeah.
show Voyager and I was like, oh, Voyager.
Uh-huh.
But like
That's so cool.
they posted that picture and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I'm trying to find it on here. I don't think I can.
Dang.
But yeah, like the videos, like I think the stills and everything were super cool.
Yeah.
They named one after oh yeah, it was the
Well, I know they had the Yeltsin. was out there too. There was a ship called the Yeltsin, I think. I thought
They
that
had
was really cool.
they had a USS Nog, and it's an
Ah!
Eisenberg class, and I was like, that's a nice tribute. Like,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so like they had a
Wow.
whole thing, and like it was super cool. But I like them all. Like the USS Anon, the USS Jubya, Courage class, and I'm like, that's not a real thing.
Ah.
But yeah, like I like that they did that, and I would like for us to see more interactions with other members of Starfleet, because
Yeah.
none of that ever happened. Like they didn't talk with another crew or
Mhm.
anything like that. I think all they said, like they did send like a message to like the Voyager at one point,
Uh-huh.
because like when like it was like before they like when they were inside Osiris' ship before they did the
Oh, yes. Yeah.
explode out and
Yeah.
go. They were like, hail the Voyager and tell them to get back because
Yeah.
it's gonna be bad.
Oh my God. Ah. Yeah. I mean, Osira, she's pretty evil. And the thing is, she's like completely evil, but she has fooled this surgeon guy into thinking that she's a good person until, he sees her in action and she eventually chokes him.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she goes, it's I want to say like an evil politician, especially when she brings that document for Vance to read. She
Yeah.
sounds, really, I'm being honest with you here, and I want to do good things, and da, 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 da. Yeah, but you're gonna have to stand trial for your crimes. No way. And then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? She like turns and shows her true colors.
It's like hold on, I have to do what now?
Yeah.
And while that's happening,
Storms.
so like we have this whole thing with Osiris taking over Discovery, which by the way, this is one thing that they did that I thought was weird, that they put all of the other crew in the brig.
Yes.
Like it was a very throwaway line. It was like, put all the other crew in the brig and the bridge officers lock them in a conference room.
Yes.
And I'm just like, all the stuff that goes on, like they take away the oxygen and everything like that. I'm like, those guys are still in the brig. Like all of the rest of the crew is still down there. It's like, are they alive? We don't really know.
Are they okay?
It's like we only know that these guys lived because they had that little breather thing that they were passing around for a while, and Owu has like the lungs of like something crazy that can like
she could hold her breath for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like good Lord. So it's like she's special, but it's like everybody in that brig, they're dead, right? Like they're all dead. Like
I hope not. I don't know.
There's no more Discovery crew.
Maybe oxygen masks fell from the ceiling.
That's only like 5 minutes worth of oxygen.
They would have done that though in lower decks.
They would have done that in lower decks. Apply your mask before you apply Linus's mask.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my
God. Now I want that. Lower decks, if you're listening, we need that to happen, please.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be funny. Like they're on a shuttle and like they just fall down and just like,
what?
Like that's not real air. We do get that the age-old question of how replicators work. I do like that they mention that, and I'm just like,
they use poo.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. I was like,
it was hilarious because she was eating it at the time, and it's like,
no. And he's just like, it's like delicious. Do you like it? There's cheese.
Oh my God. Ugh. Okay, now that I know that,
well, here's the thing. Now that you know that, and you know it's the future, and everything gets sterilized, like, would you still have Captain Kirk's chicken sandwich and coffee?
No.
Oh.
But I would have the chocolate sundae from Enterprise.
That gives a whole new thing to whenever Troy has that chocolate mousse.
I know. You know you're eating poo, right?
Oh, she knows. She's just like, I know, but I want everyone to know.
Yeah.
Well, then we go to Voyager, and it's like, so that TV that Paris used for his replicator rations, that was just poo.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
In the first episode, in Encounter at Farpoint, where we show the little girl get that teddy bear from the replicator station.
From the replicator. Uh-huh.
She's just holding poo. And
Yeah,
it's like,
it's all
that
poo.
is wonderful now. Like, now when I go back and watch Star Trek, and be like, poo. That's all that poo.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean,
everything that they're wearing
that takes
is
care
poo.
of. It's kind of like the car in Back to the Future when he has, like, you know, you put trash in it now, you know. That's great. We can use trash for fuel. We can use poo for everything else. You know, there's
maybe
no
that's
waste.
maybe that's what dilithium is. It's just trash. It's just a bunch of space trash, just like compounded.
I don't know. Oh, but you know what's interesting? When it started, you know, you're watching the opening credits and stuff, and I'm watching these crystals fly by in the opening sequence. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to see, okay, what is the significance of that? And then what is the significance of this thing? And why are they showing these droids all lined up? They're just droids. What's the deal with that? And then you find out that the data is in the droids. Oh my God.
I love that. Those droids, by the way, like, if I could have one, I want one of those.
They're very cute.
I like, they're super cute. And it's just like, hey. And they all get murdered. Like, there's that fight where, like, when they're on their way to the bridge and, like, they are just getting murdered.
It ain't good.
I'm just like, ooh, oh, those droids. Ooh.
No.
There's, like, all exploding, and you're like, ooh, maybe.
A lot of explosions.
A lot of explosions. But yeah, like, so we find out what causes the burn, and it's Saul, who is another
Kelpian dude.
Kelpian.
Yeah.
There was part of me that was like, when we find out about everything, like, about the burn, like, there was part of me that was like, I hope it was the Kelpians. Like, there's
really?
I was like, I really kind of just because it's like, we never have there's never any consequence, or there hasn't been any consequence for the crew of Discovery whenever they like interfere and, like, go against the Prime Directive and, like, interfere and stuff. Like, there's never been any sort of consequence for them. So, like, the part of me was like, I think it would be really interesting if the consequence was the Kelpians did something that caused the burn. And they never would have gotten that technology if they wouldn't have overthrown the other guys and joined the Federation and all this stuff. So there was part of me like, I hope it's the Kelpians. And when it turned out to be a Kelpian, I was like, I knew it was the Kelpians. I mean, it was one in particular who didn't know what it was doing. But, you know, still, I was like. Well,
that's the thing. I was so glad that it wasn't somebody on purpose destroying all the dilithium, that they found a way to do that. That it was a child who, you know, had become one with this dilithium planet, and he was just screaming because his mother died. And the scream and the dilithium is what caused the burn. I'm like, you know what? That is a great explanation. That's great storytelling, because it's not obvious, you know?
Oh, no. Like, the whole time, I'm just like, who caused the burn? Who caused it? Was it the Borg?
Yeah. Why did they do it? Yeah. And like, it was an accident.
Are there any more Borg left? Because I'm pretty sure they're, like, always moving and using dilithium. So pretty sure the Borg are gone now.
No, you know what? If
what are future Borg?
I read this future Borg. Ugh. I hope the Borg are just wiped out. I read this trilogy of Star Trek Destiny stories, 1, 2, and 3. And at the end of the third one, I think they wiped out the Borg. Ooh. I think they were either wiped out or rehabilitated. I can't remember exactly, but they were not the same.
Did they hew the Borg?
They hew the Borg.
They hew the Borg.
Hugh, I love Hugh.
I need to watch. I need to watch Picard, because I guess I think Hugh's in part. I think he's in there.
Hugh is definitely in Picard, and also another thing they grabbed from Picard is that Burnham's mother is a member of the Qowat Milat from the Romulans. I'm like, oh my God, they got that from Picard. They're like joining all these things. It's so fun. I love it.
Yeah, I did like that, everyone is joined now, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, something happened when Romulus got destroyed, and it's like, oh, you're in this timeline. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
exactly.
It's like,
Oh my
now we know
God.
what timeline we're in. And like I thought that was really cool. I was like, okay, yeah, I like that you guys are kind of, you're bringing stuff together. So it's here. We got
Yeah.
multiple timelines, but at least we know now where Discovery's at.
Yeah.
So it's in the Abrams timeline, I guess. Or not really. It's in another
Well,
time. It's in
I don't know.
I don't know.
I need a map of the timelines at this
Right.
point.
I think we all do at this point. It's just like, who knows what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, I just go with the flow at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, but like so we have Sakal, who is in this cool hologram world where
Oh my
everyone's like glitching out. I thought the glitchy holograms was really cool.
Yeah.
And then all of them getting their themselves like the holographic skins basically.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
That
Like
was neat. Adira's a Bajoran, right? It
no,
wasn't she? No, sorry. Culber was Bajoran.
yeah,
He had
Adira is
earrings.
I don't know what Adira was, but like
Yeah.
it
She's
looked
got all
really
these
cool.
blue tattoos on her
Yeah, I
face.
was
I'm like,
what are you? I
what?
want to be you for Halloween. Like this is the cool
Yeah.
alien species that I want.
That was cool.
Uh
I don't know what it was, but it was very
oh
cool.
yeah, who knows? Yeah, Saru is human.
That was great.
Culber's Bajoran. I thought that was pretty good. It's like,
Yeah.
Bajoran. What was
Oh, was Burnham?
was she Vulcan?
Was she Trill? Did she?
Oh, she
have
was Trill. She was Trill.
Yeah,
She
she had
was
the
Trill.
dots on the sides. Yeah.
Somebody was Vulcan. Oh, it was Gray. Gray was Vulcan.
Gray was Vulcan.
Yeah.
That was really cool looking. I like that.
You know what I want? I want them to get Gray a little mobile emitter so he can so Gray can go around.
How neat, just like the Doctor.
Yeah,
right?
because it's like, hey, it's future tech now. It's like,
Yeah.
give Gray something.
Well, here's the thing. I think they might do that in season 4 because if you can see Gray in the holographic Kelpian ship, why can't he get a mobile emitter like something on
why
there?
can't you just put hologram like why like how is this holographic technology so good that it can make someone who's not even there?
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like
amazing.
Basically a ghost. Like you've turned a ghost into a hologram and
right.
people can see it. And I like that because like we have Adira spends a lot of time with Stamets.
Mm-hmm.
But then I guess we have Gray spends a lot of time with Culper. And I'm like, that's phenomenal. Like I like that the two dads have two different children.
That's kind of neat. It's a blended family unit, That's kind of great.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's so good. Yeah, like that whole scene, like it's 2 episodes, isn't it? Isn't it 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was all phenomenal. It was great.
I loved it. Loved all of it. I did read something online that they were talking about when there was the fight in the turbolifts and on the turbolifts and inside the ship was so huge, and somebody was saying it's like the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside, and I think I maybe had that thought for a second while I was watching it, but it didn't really bother me. Because I'm one of those, right. I'm one of those go with the flow people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is.
Plus, it looked so cool.
It did look cool.
That like inside the ship thing, it's just like, wow, that's really cool looking. Like they do a lot, like the cinematography for this show is
oh my God.
is great. Like whenever they do like a slow shot or like we're gonna pan around, it always looks great.
Yeah,
like,
it's so cinematic. It's just unbelievable.
Even if it's just like a barren wasteland, it's like it's
visually stunning.
Yeah. Like when we first see Michael and at the beginning of the season, and she's all alone in the armor, she's like gets out of the armor and she's like, go self-destruct somewhere. Like that was super cool. It's like wow, like just like that wide shot, because I'm like, did they put her somewhere? Like how much of that is green screen? Because like there's some of that stuff that's God. I'm sure is not real, but like it looks phenomenal. Like the whole entire that series is just gorgeous. Like
I absolutely love it.
When they go through the little like shield, which by the way, all of the ships in Starfleet using their shield emitters to basically create a big shield for Starfleet commands, like wonderful.
That's neat.
Yeah, like they should be able to get Gray, because they do mention that there is a ship that is fully holographic, like a holographic ship.
Okay.
So it's like, there you put Gray on that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's how you bring Robert Picardo back.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that would be phenomenal. And he's still the Doctor.
Yeah, hilarious. Oh my God.
Oh man. But yeah, I
love the Doctor.
I thoroughly enjoyed this season. It was really good.
God, me too.
Yeah, what do you want to see for season 4?
For season 4, well, like I said before, just little things. I want to know what's going on with that song. I want to see what's going to go on with the data, and the droids and the computer, because the computer has like downloaded it all, and it even talks with that Zora, is it, voice?
Yeah.
It's like it's evolved now. It's like evolving to one of the short treks. There was one of the short treks. Did you watch them?
No, I didn't watch those.
Okay. There's one of the short treks, I don't know what it's called, is Discovery 1,000 years after it was abandoned. So there's none of the crew, it's like way beyond where we are now with Discovery. And it's the computer alone is like almost developing sentience, like the ship is its body or whatever. And I watched it so long ago. Somehow someone finds it, this guy, and he comes on the ship, and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, is this going to be Discovery? How are they going to get to this place? Are we going to watch the evolution of the ship, becoming a sentient thing because of all the data that it has? I don't know. That was really, I'd like to see maybe evolution of the ship and how that plays out, because the droids were helping them.
Yeah.
We know what's going on, and we're going to help you.
I wonder if, because I mean, like, we know Data can create another android. I wonder if the ship can create an android body for itself.
Wow, that would be so cool.
That would be interesting to see, because I mean, like, we usually have some sort of robot something, like some sort of android mixed with cybernetics somewhere. And we had one. What was her name?
Yes,
I loved her. She was like my favorite character.
She was great until she got tapped into and became evil.
Yeah. Oh man, now I gotta find out what her name.
What was her name? Yeah, it was really sad what happened to her, because she was a cool character. But you have to make your AI friend impenetrable, or else.
Yeah, and of course I won't be able to find it now, because I'm trying to. That's the way it works. If you notice that, like, that's the way everything works, is like when you're
pretty much.
Arium, Lieutenant Arium.
Yes, that's right. She was cool. She was very cool. And the gal who left Discovery to stay with that dude on the Seed ship.
Yeah.
That was really interesting. I'm like, where did they come up with that? They come up with this stuff that, you've never heard before, because it's like, you've got galaxies and all kinds of worlds. And of course, there's a Seed ship that the Federation started hundreds and hundreds of years ago, so they could find the cure for those people who were dying, that race that was dying. Yay!
It was like Commander Nam, right?
Yes, that was her. Nam, I think it was Nam. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would like to see them do more stuff like that. Like, I definitely want to see what's going on with the song. I would like to see them do something for Gray, because I would love to see Gray and Adira get to meet again, like in the, or even Stamets get to meet Gray, because as of right now everyone knows about Gray except Stamets. So even Saru, who's not even there anymore.
I know.
I guess we didn't talk about the big thing. Michael got Discovery.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. What
was she
what an arc from season 1, how she starts out in season 1 to now 900 years later.
Is she a full captain? Did she pass commander and go straight to captain, or is she just a commander now?
I don't know. I assumed that Vance just made her captain.
Yeah, that would make sense. Well,
You know?
I do like someone did another meme online. They were like, both Cisco and Burnham went from commanders to captains in 3 seasons. And I'm
There you
like,
go.
that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's right. Now you got the female Kirk in charge of the ship, so look out.
I would also like for this to, do more with the bridge crew.
Yes, because
Because
in
Burnham's
all
not going to be able to go on away
shows,
missions anymore.
yeah, I know.
Captains don't get to do that. Well, I guess you're Kirk. Kirk gets to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we knew all the bridge crews before. We need to get to know the bridge crew now. More of them.
Like,
okay.
I need to know everybody. I need to know what they do. Like, what is that dude's name? It's like Riaz.
Reese?
There's Jen Reese, and then there's R.A. Bryce.
Oh, Bryce. Yeah. What does he do?
I don't know what Bryce does.
I don't know what he does either.
I'm pretty sure Reese does comms. Or is communication. Because when they ask him about stuff, he goes like, hailing the whatever. So I think he does communications, but
all right.
I don't know what Bryce does.
If they could just call him Uhura, then I would know for sure what his job was.
Give him a chair. Like, that's another thing. Like, give them chairs to sit down in. Because, like, everybody's standing. I do like that the chairs that they have on Discovery are rolling chairs. Like, they have wheels on them. I'm like,
so you can move. You can move around.
That's hilarious. Like, I like to be like I would love to be like, hey, Burnham, and to like push back and just like lean on the chair, be like, so how's it going? That would be cool. I would like for us to see Q again. That would like a Q. I think a Q.
Oh my God, a Q. You know what? I first thought Carl was a Q.
Same.
When they went to that planet. Yeah, I'm like, oh, holy crap. There's a guy sitting there with a newspaper, like in where was it Next Generation?
Yeah.
Where they went to like Q land and they were all out there in some desolate area reading a paper or whatever.
There, yeah. I'd be like,
yeah.
We're Q. We are somehow in like the Civil War era in Voyager, and you're like, what?
Yeah, we're omnipotent beings and we're so bored.
It's like, well, omnipotent beings, but we love Gone with the Wind. And you're like, okay, I guess that's how we're going to do this. And then Q gets pregnant. And then you're like, okay, well, I was either thinking it was going to be a Q, but then there was this other part of me that was like, I wonder if it's going to be like Charlie.
Oh, wow.
Like,
yeah, that's
that whole thing. And like, maybe Charlie's like grown a little bit. Cause like, we don't even know what Charlie was. Like, was he a Q? Was that what they were? We still have no idea.
They didn't call him a Q.
Exactly.
It
was like there's just this omnipotent
thing,
and you're like, and like there's the overkeeper who's like, hey, like we're sorry for the kid.
Can't do that. Come on, kid.
We'll bring that one like training instructor back, I guess. And that one girl that he melted into the floor. We'll bring them back. Don't worry.
That's really, really fun to be melted into a floor. But that was such a cool moment for Star Trek fans. Yeah. And the door becomes the gateway, and he says, "I am the guardian of forever." I'm like,
the explosion with all the little pieces of wood and everything is like,
and then it was
very Doctor Who. It was very Doctor Who the way they did it, and I was like, okay, I got you guys.
Yeah, it's bigger on the inside.
Right, this episode. Dorothy, thank you so much for coming on. We need to do this again. Me. Maybe season 4. When season 4 comes out, or another Star Trek something comes out, let's do it. We'll get
totally.
We'll get.
I'm totally there, baby.
Where can everybody find you social media wise?
I'm on Twitter at Dorothy Fahn. I'm on Instagram at .fahn, and that's about it. I don't do Facebook. I don't do it.
Got anything coming out that you're allowed to say that you're?
Nope. Never do.
That's usually how it goes. Like, I can't release it until it's up on whenever it's on.
Yeah, I can't talk about it. I lose track sometimes. It's like, okay, is that even out? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, and we'll put all of Dorothy's info in the show notes. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Cain. You have a podcast on Instagram at What's Up Fandom and on Twitter at What's Up Fandom PC. All of our episodes available iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, and on our website, animationstationpodcast.com. Thanks to 1 out of 10 for the intro and outro for this episode, and thanks to Wild Bill Soda for sponsoring this episode. We do appreciate you guys. Be sure and go to their website and use Fandom10 to get 10% off your purchase. Dorothy, again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, Josh. Always fun.
All right, so for What's Up Fandom, I'm Josh.
And I'm Dorothy Fahn.
Bye, everybody.
Ciao.
I'm not the leading authority on waxing poetic or using big words, but this writer is my philosophy about living in such a world, yeah. You and I got a life to live, so what's the point?